Whispers at the altar. The wedding of Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min. That shook a nation. It was supposed to be a fairy tale ending, or perhaps the beginning of one. After years of public admiration, personal battles, and a relationship that had weathered the most brutal storms, beloved Korean celebrities Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min finally tied the knot. Their wedding wasn't just a private celebration. For millions of fans, it marked the triumph of love, loyalty, and resilience over the harsh realities of life, fame, and illness. Yet, amid the quiet elegance of the ceremony, a single moment cast a long, complex shadow, a speech delivered by Kim Woo-bin's mother that transformed the day from joyful to deeply controversial. The wedding everyone waited for. Fans had waited for this day with bated breath. Ever since Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min publicly confirmed their relationship in 2015, they had become a beacon of unwavering support and quiet strength. When Woo-bin was diagnosed with nasopharyngeal cancer in 2017, Shin Min put her own career on hold to stay by his side. Their love didn't just survive, it thrived. And after his recovery and return to acting, their relationship remained low-key but strong. So when news of their wedding broke, the public rejoiced. The ceremony was intimate and heartfelt, devoid of the typical celebrity fanfare. No loud press. No red carpet. Just close friends, family, and those who had stood by them through the darkest times. It was, by all accounts, a celebration of hope and healing, until Kim Woo-bin's mother stepped forward with a microphone in hand. A mother's speech that changed everything. The room fell silent as the groom's mother took her place before the altar. She smiled softly, her voice gentle. "I won't take up much time," she began. "But as Woo-bin's mother, and now Min's too, in some way, I want to say something from my heart." Everyone leaned in, expecting a blessing, a nostalgic story from childhood, perhaps even a few emotional tears. What came next was something far more personal, far more jarring. "I'm happy to see this day arrive," she said, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "But I've also been deeply afraid. Afraid that if things move too fast, if they continue chasing roles and fame and projects without rest, my son's illness might return." The air in the room thickened. Cameras weren't rolling, but the weight of her words felt cinematic. Kim Woo-bin didn't flinch, but his grip on Shin Min-ah's hand visibly tightened. His mother continued, her voice now slightly trembling, "Min, you've been a light in his life. You've stood by him through everything. But I hope, when you become parents, because I believe you will, you'll both consider stepping away from this industry, even if only for a while. Not because I disapprove of acting, but because I want you to be healthy together. Alive. Present. For your children. No accusations. No demands. Just a mother's plea, raw, vulnerable, and deeply real." But as the couple turned back toward the altar, the moment, meant to be private, took on a life of its own. The viral clip that sparked a firestorm. Unbeknownst to the wedding party, a member of the event staff had recorded the speech, moved by what seemed like a heartfelt message. The clip found its way online. Within hours, it had exploded across platforms. Korean forums lit up. Fan cafes erupted. International K-entertainment blogs rushed to translate the audio and provide context. The internet was ablaze. And not with admiration. Fans weren't just surprised, they were furious. She waited until the wedding to guilt-trip them into quitting their careers? Disgusting. Min supported him through cancer, and this is how she gets treated? How dare she plant seeds of doubt on their happiest day? What may have sounded like a mother's emotional appeal to some felt like emotional blackmail to others. The backlash was swift and brutal. A fandom divided. The community of fans, long united in their support for the couple, splintered overnight. On one side were those who defended the mother, calling her trauma valid, her concern real. On the other were those who viewed her speech as inappropriate and manipulative. Older fans, many of whom had followed Woo-bin's health journey closely, sympathized with the mother's fear. "She almost lost her son once," one user wrote. "This isn't manipulation, it's PTSD." Younger fans, however, were less forgiving. If she really cared, she would have said this in private. Not hijack their wedding. Social media became a battleground. Threads analyzing every word of her speech. Debates on tradition versus boundaries. Even discussions about whether the couple might now shift their careers in response to family pressure. Speculation and silence. The most deafening part of the saga? The couple said nothing. No posts. No interviews. No press release. Just silence. And in the absence of clarity, speculation took over. Some fans accused Kim Woo-bin of failing to stand up for Shin Min-ah. She was humiliated in front of everyone, one tweet read. He just stood there. Others feared Shin Min-ah might quietly exit the industry to appease her new family. This is how it begins, fans warned. First, she steps back for health. Then, she disappears. Some even called for boycotts of Woo Bin's upcoming projects unless he publicly clarified his stance. The media joins in. Entertainment media outlets were quick to weigh in. Tabloids posted minute-by-minute analyses of the speech. Headlines screamed, "Mother-in-law sabotages wedding," or "Groom's silence raises red flags." Public figures joined the conversation. One well-known screenwriter tweeted, "If someone asked my lead actress to retire for love, I'd write her a role that makes her remember who she is." Another actor, speaking anonymously, commented, "She's not forbidding acting. She's asking them to slow down." But the timing, during a wedding, was wrong. The mother's previous comments resurfaced. In one 2022 interview, she had said, "Some things in his life moved too fast for my liking." At the time, it was brushed off. Now, it seemed like foreshadowing. A shadow over happiness. What should have been a joyous celebration had now become a spectacle of judgment and grief. The couple, symbols of endurance and deep love, were being pulled apart not by scandal, but by silence, fear, and the unresolved scars of the past. To many fans, the wedding was no longer a fairy tale. It was a reminder that even in love, there are shadows, of illness, of family, of the fragile balance between personal dreams and shared futures. Even the altar couldn't protect them from the weight of expectation. A different kind of love story. Yet, amid the online firestorm, a quieter group emerged. Not as loud. Not as viral. But present. They were the ones who understood that love isn't always picture-perfect. That families carry baggage. That trauma doesn't wait for the right moment to speak. She didn't shout, one blogger wrote. She whispered. And sometimes, whispers hurt more. Another comment read, "We want heroes and villains, but life gives us mothers. Flawed, afraid, loving in messy ways." Still, many held on to hope that the couple's silence wasn't weakness, but strength. That they were taking time to protect their peace. To process. To choose their future on their terms. Conclusion. Love. Tested again. Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-ah have been here before, under scrutiny, weathering storms. Their love has always been quiet, but steadfast. Perhaps this is just another test. One they didn't choose, but must now endure. The world watches. The fans wait. Not for another viral moment, but for a sign, any sign, that love, even when surrounded by pressure and pain, still holds its ground. Because maybe, just maybe, the real story isn't what the mother said. Maybe the real story is how two people move forward, together. When the cameras are gone, the applause fades, and all that's left is the life they vowed to build.